Welcome to episode 23 of this Let's Play series. My name is DasTactic. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the series. It's been a lot of fun so far. We're a long way in without really having to do... We haven't done a lot, to be honest, because we've been under siege for such a long time. We're nearly ready. It's just we've still got these demons, basically, that are running through the top end of the fortress. I mean, we've locked everything away through, like they've smashed open this door through here, but we have actually got everything locked with drawbridges, which is really the safest way for you to lock down your fortress. But you do need a lot of drawbridges when you start to do a lot of different things, and so we're going to need even more and more and more as things sort of develop. So there's a few things that are wrong with our fortress. Some of them are critical that I should have fixed many episodes ago, and I will go through, like for example, our food, drink and seeds are always behind where they should be. We should have heaps more than what we've got. It doesn't make sense, and I found the problem. I didn't get a chance to do something that I should have done, and so I'm going to correct that in this episode, and that's to forbid plump helmets from being used for cooking. I've got to stop that, but I can only do that when I've got plump helmets. And the reason we didn't do it when we did all of the forbidding of different things is we haven't had the plump helmets available to actually do it. And I should have done that right at the very start of the fortress. So my apologies if you've sort of been getting into the same problem, running out of food and not knowing what to do. And I should have twigged when we were trying to solve this problem the previous time. I think I may have mentioned it without actually seeing it. And so let's just go and do that one right now. If we just go back across into our labor menu and then go to kitchen, you'll see that when we go across, we've got seeds and we've got drinks. So we've got seeds in through here. Now, when we go across, we've got the ingredient types in through here. We've stopped the pigtails from being used for drinking. In through here as well will be plump helmets when we've got them, but we don't have them right now. So what's going on? There's a few things actually we have to fix in this particular screen here. This is one of them. We need to have plump helmets listed to be able to turn them off, not from the distilling process for plump helmets creates more spawn, which we can then plant and get more and more plump helmets. So having them for drinks is perfect, but having them as food or as ingredients in food, in cooking, actually eating them raw is fine as well, but actually having them as ingredients, that it destroys the seeds. And so we have to stop that. And to do that, we have to actually get plump helmets, and that leads to another problem. So let's have a look at the other problem we actually have. When we go down to our, actually still in this labor menu, when we go down to the plant gatherers, now I've been trying to gather plants from outside. You've sort of seen me sort of drag and select, and that would have sort of helped feed us. When I click on the plant gatherers in here, and I should really do this for all of them, woodcutters are fine, only the selected woodcutters, but I've got a lot of them do that sort of job. Hunters, nobody does that. We've turned off the hunters. Planters, everybody can plant. When there's seed available, everybody does the planting. Fisher dwarves have been only selected. Now I'll keep that going because why not? Like, it doesn't really matter that much. Plant gatherers, nobody does this. I don't know why this is the case, unless I made a mistake, thought I had fisher dwarves and done this. That should not be the case. I've got a farmer herbalist up through here. I'm going to make him a plant gatherer. I'm going to have only selected do it at this stage. I could have everyone does it, but let's just do it with only... It may be desperate enough that we actually go that way. It is a problem. The reason we've got so much food at the moment is we slaughtered a yak, and so we do have a lot of it. It's going to take us a little while to catch up, but we have to get the plump helmets and stop them from cooking with them. That's critically important. And so that's the only thing that can be wrong with what's going on at the moment. So I just wanted to mention that one. Stone cutters, only selected, do that one, that's okay. Engravers, everyone does that, that's okay as well. Engravers, yeah, look, that's okay. Haulers, everyone does it. Orderlies, everyone does it. And builders, only the selected do the building. So we've got a few there that for just specific types of building. That way we can sort of isolate them and say, okay, you guys, you're just going to focus on this. Now I'm going to change that to everybody does this at this stage, so I'm just going to not have them specialised, because I do want everyone to just be able to do all sorts of different things in the fortress. That then brings us down. If we press F4, yeah, F4 takes us out to here. See, none of this stuff gets picked up. We've got plump helmets in through there, plump helmets, dimple cups, yeah, more plump helmets across there. We've got dead plump helmets, so let's just go and gather more plants into here. Okay, we picked up a few more, and we just want to get as many. This is our safe zone, so if we can get more stuff, doesn't matter what it is at this stage, I'll pick it up. So we're just giving orders to for them to pick up as much as they possibly can in that region of the map. That's good. Okay, so that way at least we now have somebody that can go and get them, which is our farmer. If I'm wanting to make sure that that's all brought in, I might actually even just go and make his orders for plant gathering to be that's all he does, just for a little while. So let's just go and do that. So that will be fine. What else should we do? That way, I'm just going to remember though to come back and stop and turn him off. But whenever I come into the menu, I'll see that he is dedicated to just getting plants. So we'll leave that one through there. Actually, we've got the plant gatherers, planters. I will actually also put him on for that, just so he can do both. So he can actually sort of be dedicated to doing both those. That way he is sort of doing his farming jobs. Right, that's the second problem solved. The third problem, if we go into F2 and then go down a couple more, we've got all this stuff in through here. It's been sitting here for episode after episode after episode. So what's going on with it? My honest answer is I don't know. I don't know why it's there, but let's fix it anyway. We've got a jewelry we've got a crafts area, finished goods bin over through this side, but this one will only take from stockpile number 2. So it only takes from there. And so it's looking like the problem would be stockpile number 2. So if we go back up to stockpile number 2, which happens to be this stockpile in through here, I can change this. I can just, I'll just keep it where it is. When we have a look at the finished goods in through this side, the only thing we've done is turn off goblets. There's really no reason for them not to be putting the stuff in here, and that I can see. There's just no good reason for it. When I look at the number of bins, there's probably, about 12 or 13 bins in there. But when I have a look at this, it can have up to 36 of these. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So what we're just going to do is I'm just going to go and create another stockpile and just make it into a finished goods stockpile. So we just go back across, add new stockpile, and I'll just create like a finished goods bin in through here. And so this will be just basically for run-of-the-mill finished goods. It'll be dedicated for finished goods, and hopefully then that will be close enough to the trade area so that when the traders do eventually make it back in, we'll then be able to do things with them. So we'll just click on accept, and then we're going to go to finished goods. Now, again, I'm just going to turn off the goblets because I want the goblets just hanging around in the fortress. So I want them to be able to just drop them when they finish drinking them, and then they're there ready again for use with them in the pretty much around the food stockpiles or in the meeting areas. That way they sort of will look after them a little bit. I mean, not look after them, which means that they're going to be available. So we'll leave that one through there. Now, the other thing I'll do with this is we keep on making so many crafts now. We've got just so much we can trade when we finally get rid of the siege. They won't come during a siege, so that's why we've had no trading at all for such a long period of time, because we've been under siege for such a long time. Anyway, that's all we need to do there was just turn off goblets. That's going to be fine. So I'm just going to allow that to then pick up all of the other bits and pieces. Now that then brings us to the next problem, which is that we've now just made so many of these finished goods. I want to stop this now. So we've got it. If we go back into our work orders and have a bit of a look, we then sort of have a look through to rock crafts down through here, and you can see we've got a current order running at the moment, and that's fine. I'll let that one run through. But if we have a look and see what the restriction is, if we've got more than 100 boulders, the dwarves will actually then go and start making rock crafts. Now, I don't need them to do that. So, we don't need to have them building, like just making more and more and more and more. It's sort of like a bit of a waste. So in this case, I'm just going to change the requirement from 100. Let's make it say 10,000, which essentially pauses it. It just stops it. Even 1,000 would be enough. But 10,000, they're not going to do it until I undo that particular instruction. And so that then just stops them making more rock crafts. We don't need, I don't mind if there's more rock now in the fortress. We may need it for other things. Okay, what else have we done? We've got the down through the bottom here. I need to put a door here to allow us to then break through this side. Let's just go and do that. Doors and hatches. Door, through that one into there. Slate door. It doesn't matter what sort of door it is. That will actually that acts as a floodgate pretty much, and will actually allow the water to the water will then stop at that particular point in time. So that's going to be okay. And what else do we need to do in here? That's pretty much it for there. I'm going to go to my burrows. Because everything is closed off where the demons are, I can actually go to the burrows and just suspend the burrow restrictions, so allow everyone access, because I'm going to go back up to the top where we do actually have the demons and things. We've got the demons here, and we want to drag them onto this trap again as well. But the demon that's here, he just isn't moving, and I want to get him blocked off in here now. So I'm going to go and resume construction of all of these. And let's just get those all built. So now I'm just going to let the fortress run. I will now, I'll just go back down again to F2, go back down into this side, wait for this to be built. So there'll be a bit of activity in the fortress. We should start to see, for example, this one should start to pile up. Oh, there's some leather. They're going off and doing things with it straight away. Now there's things, other little things that are interesting here is that we've got like the demons fighting, but we've also got things like, oh, I just right clicked on it, damn it. I'll let it go again. There's like rodent spearmen outside in the caverns, and we have to be a bit careful of them. They can't break open. I've left this like this. I mean, they can't break open through here, but they're going to be around. If we just go and have a look at the others. We've got all the different invaders, we've got all these different guests, we've got reindeer bulls, we've got a giant bat, which is fighting with some, or was fighting with, actually there's a Gorlak as well, but the giant bat is a wild animal. Now, is that injured? Yeah, it is injured. So I don't know where the rodent spearmen have got to. His head is cut open, his neck is torn open, his skull is fractured. So it's had some problems. I'm not seeing the rodents, unless this is them here. Troglodytes. Guys, this is so full of carnage. It's just unbelievable. More troglodytes backing through there as well. We haven't been following all the fights. There's just been so much going on, and I'm going to do a look at the legends when we do finish off these demons, and I'm hoping that we can at least make a start with that one today. Actually, when I just go back up to F1 again, just have a bit of a look and see. Yeah, they're just still hovering around. That one's just hovering around as well. This is going to be essentially my my layers that I want to sort of be in control of is a bit further down into here. So I'm going to make this is going to be like an interesting trap layer for us. So I'm just going to go and set this one up as I'm just going to press the H key and bring it down to Shift F1. Let's call this one trap ramp, and we'll assign that one there. Oops. Okay, and that way we can always just come back and have another look. So these are just coming in to rebuild these particular areas. We've got more people visiting, of course. And hopefully we've now fixed a lot of the problems. Yeah, okay, the rodents are now fighting again, the rodent men. Rodent women. So these guys here, yeah, giant arm, let's just go to where they actually are. So, God, we're still not seeing them anywhere. They're hard to see. They're little rat men, and they hunt in packs, and we do have to be very, very careful of them. Now let's have a quick look. We've now got, have we actually done what we needed to do? Yeah, that's all the troglodytes again. Let's just go back across to F4. Now he's actually picking up stuff, so this is the farmer. Just let him just sort of do his job, gathering what he can from out in here. I might just follow him in. Now he hasn't brought it in yet. There he goes. Now it's very important I catch him when he puts it in the stockpile. He's got a plump helmet in the stockpile. That's all I need. So I've just got a couple of plump helmets. Now we're just going to go and fix up that last problem. So the last problem we had was to go into the labor menu, into the kitchens. Plump helmets have been designated here for cooking. No. And the quarry bush leaves. We can do other things with them. I'll allow them. But this is critically important. I should have done this right at the very, very start, episode 1. And this is and every time I've gone in to look for it, it hasn't been available. And so by doing what we've done now, we now will not cook with them, which means that we're not going to have plump helmet biscuits anymore, but we will end up having a lot more seed, which means we're going to have a lot more plump helmets to then just eat raw, but also to then cycle back through the stills. So our drinks will start to come up slowly, our seed will come up slowly, we'll be cooking, we'll have many more planted. This is a major flaw in my fortress. Now we got around it because we were butchering animals, and we're going to do the same when the rabbits grow up. If you just go to F4 again, how big are they this time? They're still small, so the bunnies are still small. They haven't grown up yet. When they grow up, we're then going to slaughter them as well. There's a fair few of them, so we get rabbit tallow as well as all the other bits and pieces. Let's just see if there's anything that's dead sweet pods. So, like eventually, we will be able to just keep on harvesting from here, just foraging essentially. Won't go back outside at this point in time. If we have to slaughter another animal, we will, but our drinks are going to be a problem. Everyone's pretty happy at the moment. Like, this is actually very, very rare, like to actually have everyone this happy, but the food is a potential disaster. So we'll just go back across. Yep, rodent men. Now, where the hell are they? Yeah, it's back in here. I'm just not seeing them anymore. I'm not sure where they actually are. They're just hidden away. Anyway, let's just go back up to Shift F1 now. Back to this layer, and we just watch what actually does go on. I'll pause this while we just do all this building. Oh, straight away, actually. I've got so Shorast, a ghostly poet, has risen and is haunting the fortress. So here he is in through here. We can expect a lot of these, actually. And these aren't terrible, but they can decide to haunt a particular person. Not that they know anyone, so they're just going to be basically just wandering around. Now, we're going to have to get rid of some of these, like when we do have a ghostly appearance like this, and I don't know if I've got any others. I haven't noticed any others. That's the first one. So Shorest Tomododok. Let's go and fix that level up. So this will be a bit of a fixing up episode, I think, before we can actually finish off all these demons. I need to Atom Smash the demon that's still actually the fast demon. And once I've done that, I can then bring the others and try to trap them in the other traps. So we're just getting a few different traps in through here. So anyway, we'll just go across and fix him up. So this is Shorast, the ghostly poet. So if you just go back down into our fortress itself, maybe around F5, we've got all these different burial zones. Now, one thing I do want to do is just start to put in some areas to sort of start to, like for units, for people we can't put into tombs, and we really only want to put our own people into tombs. I might just get a few tombs set up. So we'll just go back across, and we haven't even been able to smooth all of this. We should have smoothed all of this rock by now. We'll just go across into furniture, burial, and so I'm just going to place some tombs across the edge here. We've got different coffins, so hang on, I can always do this. Furniture, burial, keep building. Granite coffins. And these are just low quality coffins, but they're fine. So if one of our guys dies, they're going to be placed in the coffin. Now I'll just place that. Oh, hang on, I just did it again. So we just basically keep on putting in the coffins. There we are. So that's now got no other coffins left. We only had 6, but the coffins are on a cycle, so we'll just get more and more of them. Now, the tombs are very different in this version of Dwarf Fortress from what they used to be. It used to be that you could create like a room and put coffins all through the room, and it would just come in one big communal burial chamber. Now, in the new version, the dwarves like their own tomb, and they like to actually have like a door to the tomb. So to create, you can still create the other way, but every single coffin needs to be designated as a tomb, not just one big area. So it used to be you just make a big burial area, and that was enough, and just put as many coffins in there as you like, except for the nobles did want their own tomb while they were still alive, just ready for them to then be buried. And so we'll do the same thing through here. I'm going to make these into noble tombs down through this other side. But for the run-of-the-mill dwarves, they're just going to have these tombs along through here. So what we're going to then do is we're going to go across into the doors and just place a door on the front of each one of these. We've got a lot of doors. It's quite different. I quite like the feel of it. It sort of feels like this is almost like we're building a catacomb, where we're just we're locking away in these various sort of burial chambers, and so that's going to be sort of like the start of our burial areas. And even though we don't actually have anything in here, I'm just going to go now across. We don't have any dead people in the fortress as such. I can just go across into here and then go across into tomb. So deceased citizens and pets can be laid to rest in a tomb. It should include a coffin, casket, or sarcophagus. And so in this case, I'm going to go to multi, and then I'm going to go. So if we're just going to go into normal mode, if we did have a great big room that we wanted to put all of the burial chambers in, I could then just go and literally paint an area over a tomb, or actually even not over a tomb, but that's not going to do anything. You do want to have at least over a tomb. You can create individual tombs that way still, but they have to be individual. Whereas in this case, by going to multi, as long as you've got a door and a tomb in there, you just drag. It doesn't matter how big you drag, it's just going to find that region. And then if we just go done and then click on one of these, we can then sort of see what the specification for this actually is as well. So we can sort of see the tomb is specified to this. Select this option, and any unassigned deceased citizens will be buried here automatically. Now I'm going to keep this as citizen only. I can click on that one there and make it so that so in this case it's like that's sort of open to anyone. You can actually have your pets in through here as well, so you can actually do that, or you can specify specific. Like if I go into hang on, this is a slate door. Just go back across into these zones. If I go and click on this one, I can go and say, okay, this is for someone very, very specifically. So we can sort of go through and sort of see. Now you can see there that we've got like we've got a few ghostly people. We've got a ghostly bard, and we have a ghostly poet in through here as well. By the way, I don't know what the X in through here means. I don't know what that actually means for Doran. I'll see if I can find out, but I don't know what that actually refers to. It's with the two X's on the outside. I'll try to find that that particular person. In fact, let's just do it now. Whoops, I keep on doing that. All right, here he is. He's out here. He's got 7 kids and a spouse. It means he's been gelded, so he's basically had his bits removed. Now I don't know if that is like part of the actual attack that killed him, or if that was done to him beforehand. I've got no idea. So anyway, I guess we could look him up. I might write his name down. Yeah, when we look at the histories, I'll try to remember to look him up as well, so we can sort of see what's going on. Anyway, he's a ghost outside. We've got another ghost as well. We've got the 2 ghosts that actually are under here. Now we've got dead and missing as well, like all sorts of different creatures that have been killed. Everywhere. There's so many. Look at them. Look at all the dead and missing. Wow. That is a hell of a lot. That's very, very unusual to have so much. That's incredible. That is amazing, actually. I didn't think it'd be anywhere near that number. I should have just looked there before, to sort of see. Now we slaughtered these 2. But nothing else. We have not slaughtered anything else. We haven't killed anything else in the fortress. I swear, honestly. This is... and the corpses have been killed off as well. Cool. So the corpses... Actually, one of the swordsmen has been killed as well. This is interesting. So these have been destroyed by some of the swordsmen and things that have been around. There's a rodent man spearman. That's what they look like. I don't think we can see any of those. Heaps of troglodytes. A troll. Heaps of bards, like lots and lots of them. There's just so many of them. Anyway, others, we do actually have the ghostly bard and the ghostly poet. So these both need to be put to rest. And so to do that, we can make a coffin, but we also can just So we've got Doran and we've got Shorast. So if we just go back across, so he's over through here. The other one is actually in the fortress, like deeper into the fortress. Let's just go down to our other layers down through this side. Now we've got our crafts dwarf, we've got our stoneworker. Now if we go to the stoneworker, add new task, engrave memorial slab. And so we can just go into here. And we now need to find Doran and Shorast. Now I've written Doran's name, so I'll just go straight to Shorast. So these are all of the dead people as well that we actually have. So where's Shorast? There he is, Shorast, engraved memorial. So he's a ghost. You can see there that it's got the ghost down through. I wonder if ghost shows up. No, it doesn't. Shorast, there we are. So we'll just go that way, and we'll also add another new task to engrave another one to Doran. And that way, both of those will then be will then have slabs made, but they're still not placed, but they're just engraved. So that will sort of get them underway. Right. Well, I think that's all we need to really have a bit of a look at. And here we go. Look, it's actually working. They are picking up all the stuff that was on the floor. I just had a bit of a look. So there's nothing left on the floor anymore. So that did actually work. Now, I'm not sure why that was the case. I've got no idea. But anyway, we'll just let it go in that sort of instance. Looks like we don't have very many gems. We're going to have to start mining again fairly soon. I've been very remiss because I've been focusing so heavily on all of the structures up above, and that does sort of slow you right down. Let's just finish off these atom smashers, and then we'll come in the next episode, finish off the demons, basically either get them captured or whatever, and then we'll go from there. So I'll pause again while we get everything else built. Alright, so the animals have just grown up, the rabbits, so we can actually go and, if we wanted to, I think I'll wait because food is okay, drink is the problem. Seed, we're now getting a bit more. Actually, by the way, one thing I did want to do is just go back into F5. I want to create a bookkeeper just so I can get more accurate renditions back up through here. I should have done this a long time ago as well. There's so much stuff I'm bypassing that and I'm just going to place it in here, still to leave a dance area in here for everyone. I'll use a good quality table. That way the others can then admire it when they do come in. And we'll just get ourselves a chair. Place that one there as well. And what we'll now just go and do is just create an office. Now offices can also, if they're enclosed inside an area with a door, you can actually just go and use the multi with an office as well. So you can just go across to office and multi that one, or just paint one. Now I'm just going to paint an area, just a very, very small area through here. So I'm going to accept this. By keeping him in amongst all of the activity, it just means that he's going to be happier. So we just go and accept this. Now, it's an overlapping office, it won't matter. It still will be fine. And let's just now go and make a bookkeeper. This is good. These guys are now starting to build all this stuff as well. So the bookkeeper is going to be in our nobles area. Just going to grab this one, and we just need to have somebody to do the bookkeeping. So we go and select this one through here. Now, our planter is a proficient record keeper. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, but let's just do that. Let's just go, yep, you can be the bookkeeper as well. And so he's now a bookkeeper. His office is not there yet. You can see there he doesn't actually have a study, and he requires a meager study. Now, a meager study means the worst quality type of study. So we're just going to go back across. We're going to go back to here again, and we're just going to go and select that study, go into here, and we need the bookkeeper to actually have this one, so she can actually then have that one. And even though there's no table and chair there yet, that may even just be enough. Yep, even without a table and chair, just designating an area as an office is good enough for her. And so we'll now see when she starts. Well, when the table and chair gets there, she will then start to work from there, and we'll get much more accurate numbers across into different things and through this side. There we go. She's just moved in. Even though she's only got a chair, no table at this point in time, it's enough for us to get a feel for what's going on with our stocks. We now have accurate impressions of what's actually going on around the place. So this is all good stuff. Still a lot of stuff outside, etc. as well. Anyway, let's. How are we going for time? Wow, we're nearly out of time. I'm just going to go Shift F1, just go back up to here and just watch as we build this. But I will actually pause this. Actually, I'll wait until we've done the. So we're engraving this at the moment. Oh, hang on, they're making rock coffins. So they've already done the engraving. So the engraving should be down in here. There's a slab there, granite slab. wasn't back in the other area. Should have been. Yeah, it's not there. Look, in that case, I'll just see if I can place it now, just while we're here, just so that will sort of finish off this area. And all I need to do is just memorialise that this person died, and that will then put their ghost to rest. So let's just see if we can do that one. We'll just go across into furniture, slabs, go and place a slab in through here, and we don't actually have, if we've got memorialised ones, they'll show up. So I'll let it go for a little bit longer. I'll just pause it until they're ready. They may be in transit somewhere. This is weird. We've just had a combat report saying the dog is fighting. Now, normally when that happens, you see that the dog's neck skids along the ground and this part splits in gore. An artery's been opened in the attack. The stray dog slams into an obstacle and the stray dog is no longer stunned. Now, this is all happening right here. Something's happened here where it's actually been pushed away, too far away from its restraint. So it is actually still restrained. Like if you have a look at the restraint, it's still assigned to this restraint. But something has actually happened here where the dog has become injured. It's seriously injured. It's winded as well. I've got no idea, unless someone walked through the door, maybe kicked it. I would hope accidentally. But that's sort of all I can really sort of think is what happened. There's no fighting as such that went on. And sometimes when there's a bit of there's no drama above it, like there's nothing that sort of, suddenly collapsed or anything. So it doesn't make sense. But anyway, has become injured. And unfortunately for the dog, if we have a look at its health records, its ability to stand has been lost, and its description, her neck is bruised, her upper spine is mangled beyond recognition. She's now a quadriplegic. And being heartless, she still can do her job. So in this case, we're just going to leave her as a quadriplegic dog guarding the fortress. So that will be sort of how we deal with the dog. She can still do her job. She can still protect the fortress from this position. But anyway, it's a shame. But I don't know what actually happened there. It just happened, I think. But I'm going so fast with my frames per second, I'm missing the actual action that actually occurred there. Anyway, I'll go back and wait until I have had to go back and rejig these things in through here. We're still trying to get these engraved. I don't know what happened to the last instructions that I gave. Anyway, I'll come back once these are done. Well, there's our problem. You can see down the bottom there, it's saying that the Stonecrafter cancels Doran's engraved memorial. It needs an unengraved slab in the linked stone stockpile. There's always a reason. And so the problem is that it's getting its stone from here. And so if we have a look at the actual area, so the stone stockpile, now we've got all this stuff in here which we don't want. I'm going to unlink the stockpiles now. So let's just go across and look at our linkages. Let's just get rid of that stone stockpile. It's unfortunately the stone stockpile as well. It looks like that this stockpile is actually set up incorrectly, and it is set up incorrectly. I don't want metal ores, none of them. Economic ores, none of them. It should just be other stone. I did that. I don't know when I did that one, but I've done that one incorrectly. And so we now need to get rid of the metals. We do have metals in here, but we've only got a few spots for them left. I think I was getting that from here, and I just assumed that this was going to be all metal, but it's actually not. We do actually have other stone in here. I might just go and allow that. This is our dumping zone. Anyway, that will be fine. I'll just let them get it from anywhere. In which case, I can now go back in and just put those tasks back in there again. So this was Doran, and add new task. Sure. Oh. Sureast. And we'll throw them above there. Okay, so I'll come back when this is done. Oh, by the way, the dog died. It's a shame. That's sad. So we'll then just be putting the stockpile down below. Now, I don't think I've got any other dogs. I've got cats and horses. I've only got the one dog. Now, it's more important. Actually, no, I'll leave this dog where it is, because this is our guard, so that we know that something bad has come in through here, that we can then start to sort of try to stop things if we can do it. We probably won't have time, actually. Yeah, well, hopefully we can get a dog anyway, another dog. What a shame. What a shame. So the dog has already been taken away and will be down, sort of further down into the actual fortress itself. Actually, probably sitting in here somewhere. There it is. The stray dog corpse. Was a good dog. Was a good dog indeed. Anyway, let's just wait for these things to be built. Okay, so now we have the two memorials. You can see that the slabs have now got a bit of engraving on them. We can now place these, and that will then honour the dead. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that message. There's still a lot going on here. Let's just go back down into the bottom layers. And we're just going to put the memorials in here and honour the dead, and then they will stop haunting the fortress. So this will be the furniture, slabs this time. We now put it in. Oh, we're still not seeing it. It has to be stored, so there must be an instruction, a task for them to be stored in a stockpile somewhere. Actually, I'm not seeing it there, but anyway, there will be somewhere. And let's have a quick look and see. Actually, what about the tasks for the bridge? Yeah, they're still trying to build the bridge. Actually, that one there, we're going to unpause that one. Those microline bridges, I do need them built as a matter of priority. Other alerts, yeah, more poets coming. We've got petitions. Nope, we don't want that. By the way, our seeds are now starting to slowly improve now that we've sort of done that other one. And this is the atom smasher. I'm just going to place another machine or another lever in here for when those bridges are finally built. Alright, and we'll just wait for the slabs. If we just go back up again, what we should find is that the slabs will need to be back in here. There we go. This is Shoras slab, and I'm guessing the other one is on its way down. Yeah, it's already gone from there. He's going off to construct a building. I'm not sure who's got the other slab, but it'll be placed in here. Oh, there they are. They're both there. Alright, so they're now back in storage. We now just go back down to the bottom layer here. And I just need to now build these. So just go across and go to furniture, slabs, place it. Oh, it's still not there. Ah, there it is. It's actually under these things. So I'll put that one into there, and we'll just go do another one as well. And the other one was a Nice one, yeah, to Shorast. So I thought that they showed up separately, actually, so you could sort of pick and choose them. We'll just wait for them to be placed. So they're just getting installed, and there we go. So Shorast, the ghostly poet, has been put to rest, okay, and Doran, the ghostly bard, has been put to rest as well. So they're no longer haunting the fortress. We've now honoured them, and that's all that was required. That's the end of the ghosts, so they've both gone. Oh, here we go. Now got another one. So Vabok is the ghostly poet, has risen and is haunting the fortress. So we just need to keep on doing that. We're going to get a fair few of these because there's so many of the bards and things that have actually died. And so rather than having them take over the fortress, it's not terrible if they do. Like it's often not a bad thing. Although we can see there's a couple of our guys have become a bit unhappy, and we can see what's going on. I'm guessing it's to do with the ghosts. If we just find somebody. Yeah, this one in through here. So this is the expedition leader. What are your thoughts? Yeah, lonely and bored. It's not saying anything about the ghosts, so maybe it's not the ghosts in this case. So if he can go back in and just socialise, that will sort of be helpful. And the other one, just see if there was anything to do with it. It doesn't really matter that much. So we'll go ahead, one there. Is that the other one? That was the expedition leader. Then another one up through here. One of our ranger. And if we have a look and see what his thought process actually is in through here. Blissful, worried of... yeah, so he needs to pray. He needs to pray. We need to get like a global temple set up, and I've got an area for that. I just haven't built it yet. So we'll possibly do that maybe in the next one. I still want to get rid of these bloody demons upstairs. We do need to deal with those. We'll have a quick look before we go at this area. We've got one bridge built. The other bridges are now being built as well. This is good stuff. Once these are done, we can then use the Atom Smasher to hopefully get rid of that fast demon, and then we'll sort of go from there. Anyway, guys, going to leave this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.